Why LTV matters more than ROAS, and why most brands calculate it wrong. If you work in e-commerce, dropshipping or performance marketing, you almost certainly have one favorite metric: ROAS. You check it every day, you scale based on it, and that is exactly why so many brands struggling with growth, scaling and real profit, because ROAS is not the main metric, and in 2026 it's more misleading than ever. Let's start simple. ROAS answers only one question: how much revenue you got back from ads right now. It does not tell you whether you actually made money, how much the customer really cost, if they will ever come back, if scaling is sustainable, or if the business survives long term. ROAS is the snapshot. A business is a journey. Here is a very common situation. A store sees a ROAS of 3, everyone is happy, budgets go up. But the behind the scene margins are 40% shipping it, another 20% return take, 10% plus support, payment fees, apps, and overhead. Real profit is close to 0. But ads manager looks great, ROAS is green. That is the trap. Now let's talk about LTV. LTV is not just how much a customer spent over time. LTV is only the metric tells you how much you can afford to pay to acquire a customer and still win. And this is where most brands get it wrong. How LTV is usually calculated: average order value multiplied by average number of purchases. That is not LTV. Real LTV is money that actually stays in the business, not gross revenue. A real LTV must include margins, returns, shipping, payment fees, support costs, repeat marketing costs, and time between purchases. Without that, LTV is just a nice number in a spreadsheet. Now here is the critical part. Ad platforms like Meta and Google have already moved toward LTV-based optimization, even if they don't say it openly. When you only send purchase without value, the algorithm has no idea which customers are good. When you send value but ignore refunds, margins, or repeat behaviors, the algorithm learns from the wrong signals. It starts scaling customers who buy once, return products, never come back, and you keep watching ROAS, thinking things are great. This is why two brands with the same ROAS can have completely different outcomes. One scales calmly and predictably, the other hits a wall and collapses when budgets increase. The difference is not ads, the difference is LTV. In 2026, the winning mindset is simple. ROAS measures ads efficiency. LTV measures business sustainability. You can grow with a ROAS of 1.8 or even 1.0, and you can lose money with a ROAS of 4. It all depends on the real value of your customer. Another big mistake most brands make: optimize only for the first purchase. First purchase is almost always the most expensive one. Real profit comes later. Second orders, third orders, subscriptions, upsells, email and SMS, where all the profits are, as you know. If you don't build retention, your LTV never grows, and you become trapped chasing perfect ROAS. And perfect ROAS doesn't exist at scale. This is where mature e-commerce brands shift their thinking. The question is no longer what is our ROAS today. The real question becomes how much can we afford to pay for a customer and still be profitable in 30, 60 or 90 days. That is where most brands fail. I have seen so many cases where business owners, I have ROAS 8, I have ROAS 4, but it's all bullshit, because at the end they are not profitable and they don't understand why. In reality, the market is splitting into two groups. The first group lives inside Ads Manager and worships ROAS. The second group measures real LTV, builds retention systems, and feeds algorithms according value signals. The second group scale more predictably, survives platform updates, pays less for traffic over time, and wins long term. In 2026, the winner is not the brand with the highest ROAS. The winner is the brand that understands customer value the best. ROAS is a speed. I don't mind. I agree with that. LTV is direction. And if you are moving fast without knowing where you are going, the outcome is obvious. If you want, in the next video I can break down how to calculate real LTV for Shopify, how to send correct value signals to Meta and Google, which events actually matters for LTV optimization, why retention beats new creatives at scale. Drop the comments below with what you want next, and I'll see you in another one.